Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. Today I did this get ready with me. I'm actually going to a dinner party right now, so I'm just heading out the door and I'm really excited about this look because it's just super easy with all matte eyes and it can be really glam or more toned down. You can take off the lashes and it'll be really natural or more natural of a look. You can put a bold lip on this or different color tones. I used more warm tones on the eyes, but if you like more cool tones, you can do that too. I just love this look because it's easy. I know what I'm doing. I know the steps. I know it's always going to work. If you like it, then please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought. Hope to see you in the next one. Let's get into the tutorial. Okay guys, to start it off, we're doing brows. Today I decided to keep the brows on the camera because I tried it a little different. I did the concealer first and then I went in with my brow pencil. I really liked how it looked, but I'm going to keep practicing and see if I prefer it over just my normal way of doing brows. So for the concealer, I did the Nars Soft Matte Concealer. And for my brows, I'm just doing my Anastasia Brow Wiz in medium brown. And it did really make a nice guideline for me to apply the color and to see where I wanted brows. So that was really nice. And as you can see, I'm just doing little feather strokes to get a nice light brow. And now I'm going in and I'm priming the lid with my MAC 24-hour eye base. And that's a really nice eye base. My boyfriend, this is ridiculous. Okay, now we're doing powdering, and I'm powdering both the eyelid and the brows, and that's just going to really make sure our brows stay in place. Sometimes the Anastasia brow pencils don't stay as nicely as I'd like, so I figured powdering it might just help it out. And now I'm going in with my eyeshadow. As you can see, I already had a little bit on because the camera wasn't filming for like the first minute. So I first started with Orange Soda by Anastasia. I applied that in my crease, and then I went over it with Soft Peach on the upper crease just to make sure everything was really blended because we're going to be doing so much blending and using darker colors. So I really wanted to make sure that I had a really blown out crease before I started. And now I'm taking Fawn by Anastasia. All the eyeshadows are Anastasia just by chance. And I'm going to apply it in my crease. And now as you can see, it's sort of making it like a cut crease. I'm really precisely applying that darker color. As we keep blending, that's going to kind of go away, but I like to keep it up high. That way it doesn't travel too far down low. So I find if I start high and then gradually the blend will move down, that I think it just makes the perfect blown out look. So now I'm going in with Fudge, and I'm doing the exact same thing I did with Fawn, and I'm going a little lower, and I just keep deepening the crease. And now right now I started the darker color a little high. In a little bit I'm going to blend it down a little further. So this look is about to get really messy, so just get prepared. But I promise, keep blending, use a clean blending brush, and everything's going to work out. So as you can see through this whole look, I'm using about 3 brushes. I'm using one to apply, a clean one with nothing on it, and then my one with the lighter brown on it. So I'm applying that darker brown Fudge again, and here's how you can see that I'm starting to cup the eye and really bring it down low. It looks messy now, but we're going to clean it up later, so just hang on. Saddle up with me for a second. Okay, now we're taking that Fawn again, and now I'm just keep going over, making sure there's no harsh lines. I'm just going to keep blending. We just really want this dark color to cup around the eye, and then it's going to wrap around onto the lower lash line, and we just want to keep the lid relatively clear. Now I know it's not a cut crease and I don't want it to be a cut crease, but I just want the lid to be nice and bright, and that's why I'm applying I'm applying Orange Soda on there. And all that's going to do is make sure that our eyelid still pops. It's not going to look like you have eyeshadow there, but it's just going to make sure you can see your eyelid, and that's going to make your eyes look a lot more awake, and that's also going to make them pop. And it's going to make sure it doesn't look like a cut crease and it doesn't look overly dramatic. So now again, I'm just going to keep going back and forth. I'm just deepening it when I want it a little deeper. And then I always like to go over it with a really big brush that I applied like the first colors with to make sure everything is nice and blended. Now I'm going to start with my eyeliner. I'm using my Charlotte Tilbury Bedroom Black eyeliner. And now I'm going to apply that to my waterline, and then I wanted to blend it out. And this liner dried really, really fast. So that's amazing that it dried fast, but I didn't know that, and it was really hard to blend. So I recommend either using a creamier eyeliner or working faster because I didn't work as quickly as I should have. And now I'm doing this because we're going to apply lashes, and it's just going to look a lot better with a dark line under so that the lashes have something to sit on. And now because this lash or this eyeliner didn't blend very well, I'm going to apply some black shadow on top of it and then just blend it through. Once again, the same exact thing. You can also just use gel liner and make this a really clean line. This is just kind of how it turned out. I lots of times just use gel and make it a really clean, sharp line, and that looks really beautiful too. And you can also do a wing too, whatever your heart desires. And then as you can see, I just took a smaller brush with that orange soda again, and I just ran it along the top lash line, and that was just going to clean up any choppiness and also once again reinforce that brightness around the eyes. And now I also started with a completely clean face, no moisturizer, so now I'm applying that. Again, I'm just trying new things out, just seeing how it looks. So I'm going to apply all of that moisturizer, let it soak in. Now I'm going into prime. I'm using my Becca's Backlight primer, and I'm going to apply that to my entire face. And then again, I'm just going to keep blending because the blending of the eyeshadow is never done in my eyes. And now if one primer is not enough, I'm going to go 2 primers, and I'm going to use my Porefessional. This is totally not necessary. When you have it, you use it. So I popped on where I have larger pores, which is mainly my T-zone. And now I'm going to apply lashes. Those are Koko lashes in Queen Bee. And I always apply mascara first, but I like to just do a very thin coat of any mascara and let it dry and then pop on my lashes. And now I'm going in with the foundation. Today I used my La Mer Soft Fluid Foundation. I applied it with a brush today, which I don't normally do, but I'm just trying lots of new things out in this video. So I'm applying it with my brush, and I'm mainly just focusing in on the outer perimeters of my face, not too much on my nose or like my cheeks or under my eyes, because I'm going to apply concealer there, and you really just don't need to put double the product on there. So I'm going to blend everything in, and then I like to press over it one more time with the sponge, and this is just a damp beauty blender, and that's just going to make sure there's no brush strokes and also absorb any excess product. And that was really clean, and by the time I looked at it, there was lots of stuff on there, so that's really cool that it just soaks up anything extra. Now I'm applying my eye cream. I'm trying something else new here, and I let it soak in a little bit, and then I'm going to apply my concealer. So it kind of mixed in with my concealer, and I have very dry under eyes. If you're super oily, I probably wouldn't do this, but I actually thought that it really made this concealer go really nice under the eyes, and then I actually applied another concealer, so it really did help, and I will probably keep doing this trick. And now I'm going to blend all this in. I also highlighted down my nose, my forehead, everywhere you see, obviously, and that's just going to bring a lot of brightness to my face, and that's also going to help exaggerate our contour once we do that. And now I'm pressing all that in with a beauty blender, and then when I was looking at myself, I still felt like my under eyes were still pretty dark, and I wasn't too happy with the coverage I got from just one concealer. So I'm going to go in with my Soft Matte Concealer, also by Nars, and I'm just going to press that right under where I'm the darkest. These 2 concealers by Nars are the same color. They're Cream Brulee. So I just pressed that in, and it just blended really beautifully and really smoothed out my eyes and made them really bright, and I loved it. And now I'm going into my Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm just pressing that in. I'm not baking or anything like that. I'm just pressing that under my eyelids. Not my eyelids, under my eyes, and that's just going to help so there's no creasing. I'm going to dust anything away, make sure there's no excess, and then I'm just going to take that brush all over the rest of the face. There's nothing on it, but just whatever was excess from under my eyes, I'm just going to take around the rest of my face. Now I'm taking Fawn again, we're moving back onto our eyes, and I'm going to run that around my lower lash line. This is where I'm going to start to connect to that top line. This is also why I don't like to make it such a harsh line right away, because it will make everything easier to blend if it's not super harsh. So I like to make it really crisp at the end. So now I just took the Fudge, and now I'm again connecting my lower lash line to the top where everything starts to wing out. And then here's where I make it a lot more sharp. I'm just taking some translucent powder, and I'm just running it along to make sure it's a straight line. And then I like to go in again and keep buffing below the lash line, because I definitely don't want that to be super dramatic and harsh. Not dramatic, but I don't want it to have a harsh line. And now I'm going in with a nude liner, so I just applied that. And now I'm going to go in with my contour powders. I use my Kat Von D. I used the first 2 shades. And now I'm using a fan brush, and I really love using a fan brush, and if you've never tried it before, I highly recommend doing so. And I'm going to pop that under my cheekbones, around my forehead, and under my chin, and that's just really going to shape my entire face. And I just really love doing this. And then I have to go in with my MAC Duo Fiber brush. That one I just showed. I don't know why. It is just the most amazing brush in the entire world, and I could not live without it. And now I am using my Makeup Forever bronzer, and because I felt like my face just needed a little bit more warmth, I just applied a tiny bit just right onto the areas that I contoured, and then that's just going to add a lot of warmth and light back to my face. And now for blush, I'm using my Wet n Wild Apricot in the middle. This blush was really pretty. The texture was a little bit interesting. I've never used it before, but the blush color was amazing, so I will definitely be using it again and trying it different ways and with different brushes. And now again, back in with that beloved blending brush, and now I'm doing my Stilla cream highlighter. This is part of what got cut out in my last video. So what I did is I press on a cream highlighter to all the areas I want to highlight, and I like to again straighten my nose out with a little highlight, and then I go in with powder highlight. And I think this just really makes my highlight pop, and it makes it extremely dramatic and makes it last a long time. So that was Champagne Pop by Becca, and then I always go in with my sponge and press in my highlight to make sure everything just melts in with the skin. And then I also highlighted my brow bones and my inner corner and my Cupid's bow with that highlight as well. And now I'm going in, I'm going to douse my face with some Max Fix Plus. I just have to do that. And now I'm going in with brow gel. I'm setting my brows in place. I don't like to do this to the very end to make sure there's no powder in my brows. I set my face completely with my Urban Decay All-Nighter. And now for lips, I took MAC Strip Down, and I'm lining my entire lips. And now I'm about to put gloss on, and I did not like the gloss. I much preferred the matte lip. So if you are recreating this lip, I'd highly recommend just a matte lip. I thought it was really pretty and worked perfectly with the lip. And now I'm going in with my lip paint in Salty by Tarte, and then here's where I go in with the gloss. And I'm going to use two glosses because I didn't really like this one. I thought it was too warm. I love this gloss, just not with this look. And that's the Charlotte Tilbury Blondie. I like it when I'm more tan. When I'm fair like I am right now, it just looks a little dark. And then I just used Over the Top by Dose of Colors on top, and that's it. Thank you so much for watching.